Look, you know I don't mince words on this channel, so I'm going to come out right here and just say it. Hollywood is filled with perverts and degenerates, and these are the people that your children are looking up to. These are the people that are being posed by Hollywood as heroes for your children. They are the people that are role models that they want your children to emulate, and this is a new sick instance of one of these Hollywood stars from Disney, yay Disney, family entertainment, coming after your social values and trying to normalize crazy behavior. All right. My name is John Delarose. If you are new to the channel, I'm a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator, and I have been fighting the culture war since 2017, going out here making comics and novels. I've got 43 comics, 17 novels. I try to work harder than anybody else in the industry. You don't see very many people in the independent sphere coming out with that many books. And this is my new one, Overmind. We are in the process of shipping this out to you guys right now. It's a 66-page graphic novel. I'm starting a new science fiction universe, like in the vein of Star Wars, Star Trek, all the fun that you used to have. That used to be kind of wholesome entertainment, but now they put in these little subtle messages into your kids' programming, where it's really gross stuff. This is something you can enjoy without that. It's quite the opposite. It's actually about a woman going back and fighting against an AI that's trying to brainwash a culture into destroying everything that's good about humanity. That's exactly what's happening now for real. Yeah, that's what science fiction kind of does. So if you like that kind of thing, if you want to check it out, you want to support the channel, please head down to the link in the description below and grab Overmind today. There's a lot of choices on this backer kit too. If there's other books that speak to you, please go check them out. I thank you guys so much for the huge support over the last few months. This is a crazy story today, and I always say I can't believe it, but I can believe it. Things have gone so creepy with this Hollywood culture that it's almost expected at this point. What you wouldn't expect is to find a Hollywood star at this point, right, who is a family man with kids, who's just hanging out at home and just being a decent person. Chris Pratt, I guess, exemplifies that to some degree. But that's about as far as it goes in Hollywood, because otherwise you get blacklisted. I guess you have to be a part of these Weinstein cultural behaviors that push you into this sort of thing if you want to make it in Hollywood today. They say the casting couch exists, and that does for a reason as a trope. But here we go. This is today's crazy, crazy news. Disney star Oscar Isaac, that's the guy who plays Moon Knight, says, "I was doing drag at a very, very early age." Now, this is very interesting right here. When you look at this, it's obvious the guy was abused, right? Because you don't do stuff like that at an early age unless you're in an abusive situation where an adult is kind of pushing you into this sort of thing. So it's really sad. This guy's life's been destroyed. But the cycle that happens when a life's been destroyed like this is they then perpetuate it on the next generation. And that's what we're now seeing here. So Disney's Star Wars star Oscar Isaac says he wants to compete in RuPaul's Drag Race. Disclosed that he was doing drag at a very early age and already has a drag name ready to use. How nice. And this comes from New York Comic Con this weekend. A drag queen dressed in a Maleficent drag asked the Moon Knight star if he would ever consider being a contestant on RuPaul's Drag Race. And he says, "I don't know another actor with such charisma, uniqueness, or talent. I know you're a huge fan of RuPaul's Drag Race. Would you ever consider gracing the stage of Drag Race as a judge or maybe contestant?" Isaac replied, stating yes and yes. He went on to disclose that he has a drag name and he's ready to use it. "I was doing drag at an early age. My sister named me Raisin." Raisin? Oh, God. Disgusting. Okay. So I feel like I have to stick with Raisin. Raisin was my name. It's one of those names. Oh, how nice. This is the type of thing that, again, there's children at the New York Comic Con. They're hearing about this. They're learning about this sort of situation. Crazy people are going up there asking questions, and they're being rewarded for it with claps and told that the Hollywood stars are just like them. They're insane just like them, and they're going to shove this sort of content in front of children just like them. People used to have some sort of standard of decency. You used to be not allowed in the door with this kind of thing when there were children present, and now you can't say anything. In fact, if you do say something, they'll call you a bigot for it, for not wanting your children to be exposed to this kind of thing. I had a friend, another author, who said he went to a Renaissance fair watching a guy in a tight Star Trek shirt and a short skirt walking around with makeup, and he's like, "I can't bring my kid to this kind of thing. I can't show him that this is kind of an acceptable behavior. What am I supposed to do?" I used to like these Renaissance fairs, and Renaissance fairs used to be about the the past and like, actually respecting the traditions of the things that went before. Not anymore. Now it's just crazy people doing crazy and degenerate things all the time. But this isn't it. This is not the only instance. We've already reported on this before. We saw this interview with the She-Hulk star Tatiana Maslany. I can't pronounce things. And she wore a support trans futures sweatshirt in that interview. Again, this is something for kids and all that, and she's pushing that message that these kids should go and get hormone blockers and be transgender live on interviews on Disney Plus. This is absolutely crazy stuff. And again, these are the role models of the future that Hollywood's pushing on you and your children, and it's a very terrible thing. So, what can we do? We have to support alternative culture, my friends. We have to make the parallel economy happen. And this is the start of something new. These guys are pushing as far as they possibly can because it's their last gasp effort at this sort of thing. And we can make a difference with our dollar. All right, leave a comment down below. Hit your like and subscribe button. Let me know what's going on with you guys. Let me know what you think about this. Thank you so much for supporting. And check out Overmind. I'll see you guys soon.